Simon Grix, welcome to Panthers TV. First of all, how was yourself?
Not so bad, yeah. It's still a very strange time, innit? We got the privilege of starting training again prior to Christmas, and obviously recently had a little shutdown. But those few weeks of training were nice to get some normality back, and hopefully before long, fingers crossed, we're getting somewhere closer to what was normal.
Yeah, talking about getting closer to what was normal, the RFL announcement today. Tell us what the announcement means for yourself and the team moving forward, training wise.
Yeah, so we'll be back in on Tuesday coming. We probably would have been in this weekend, but we've had a late Christmas snow, haven't we? So yeah, we're back in, and it's nice to have that lifted and get back in training and start and pick up where we left off in our preparations for the season. We've trained very little in comparison to what a normal pre-season looks like. I think before Christmas last season, we were in a little bit early, granted, because we didn't make the playoffs, but I think we did between 24 sessions, 24 training nights, whereas prior to Christmas we only had 9. So obviously that tells a story there where we're not quite where we'd like to be at this stage, but we've had another 2 weeks off now, but it looks like we're going to get them 2 weeks back with the season being pushed back. And it is what it is, Jamie. It's the same for everyone. So we'll make the most of the sessions we have got and try and get ourselves in a position where we can start where we'd like to.
Yeah, and obviously another part of the announcement today was the season's going to be put back. Could be several weeks for a March, possible April start date. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think there's more chance of a crowd being there at the minute, but as you well know, everything's just really, really fluid, isn't it? So it's great that we've committed to a start date. I think that's brilliant. But who knows? At the minute, 2 weeks from now, things could look totally different. So I think we just have to strive on and keep going with the information we've got, and hopefully things do start turning, and we can get that start date that they're giving us.
Yeah, obviously now going on to the first team squad for this season. How are the players return wise? Obviously you've only got a couple of injuries, which we talked about, Sean and Ben. Apart from that, everyone else battling on, doing fine?
Yeah, doing all right. It's been a weird time. Again, keep saying it, but I think pretty much 12 months off by the time they play again. I'm more than 12 months off, but throughout that period, there's been a time where we had no contact whatsoever. Now, as you'd expect, there's many different personalities within our group, and how can I say this? Different approaches to fitness and how they take care of themselves in general away from here. So I think they could have come back an absolute mess across the board, and thankfully they didn't. There's a number of them that come back, like as fit as they were when they left. But there's some that still got a bit of work to do, and that's on them, unfortunately. There's a lot of responsibility on anyone working at the minute to do stuff in your own time and out of your normal routine. And I think we're getting there. We started getting there before Christmas. So, but as I say, there's still a lot to do with very little time, particularly having a new group with 6 or 7 new recruits. So it's got its challenges, but again, we just want to get the game back. So everyone's sort of excited to be back around each other at training. And even though with the restrictions we have, making it a little bit awkward at times, it is what it is. We just have to crack on and hopefully start the season the way we want to, as I said.
Yeah, and talk us through obviously the players with the lockdown happening. The players obviously have had 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks. We're not training with yourselves. What process will the players? What happens to the players? Will they be given strict regimes, training from home?
Well, I think what I've found is it's very difficult to do. As I said, there's different personalities. Gyms are shut as well, so it's not like everyone's got access to what they need to stay on top of the condition. But it's like in school, teacher turns the back and you start carrying on and all that. That's the lads are just like giant toddlers. That same. Some of them need you standing behind them, making sure they're doing it. So, but we can't control that. And I have probably exaggerated a bit there. They all are doing stuff, but I just don't think it's the same when you're not competing against one another in training. But again, it's making the best, isn't it? So we'll try as best to make up for that over the next few weeks when training's going.
Yeah, and hopefully, obviously, when the season does start again, let's get onto a bit of positivity. Obviously, since the Panthers rebrand launch, record shirt sales, season tickets smashed from last year. How are we feeling towards the start of the season now?
Yeah, I'm really excited about it. Obviously, I think if you're a rugby fan, in general, you're not excited about rugby coming back. There's something wrong in there. But yeah, all that together. I won't say it's a perfect storm for a restart. That's what the idea of the rebrand is, getting a fresh start, really. It could have been better in the sense that the league could have started in good time and everything else. But yeah, I think the reaction to it's been really good. Obviously, there will be some people that weren't overly happy about it, but I think over time that changes, doesn't it? And yeah, be an interesting one going out as the Panthers. It's all brand new in it, new mascots in tow. So yeah, really looking forward to it. Lads have jumped on with it as well. I think some of them have been quite active on social media, and they'll start making the jokes about Panthers and all the rest of it before long. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it and really infused by the Panthers and the concept of it. And now it's just about delivery, really, on and off the pitch.
Yeah, and obviously going back to the Betfred Championship, obviously Lee are in Super League, Newcastle replaced them, so we'll have them to face next season. What kind of competitions do you think we can look forward to this year?
I think it's a very unknown, really. I think, without disrespecting any ourselves included and any of us competitors, but I think with the team Lee were putting together and being the advantage of being full time and so on, I won't say it would be a one-horse race, but I think very, very high chance that they were going to run away with it. But now Lee not being there, I think there's a few teams that will fancy themselves to take out the competition, but it also probably opens the door for a few more teams to jump up the ladder a bit further and actually try challenge top 4, top 3 and so on. So I'm excited about it. Obviously Newcastle is great as well. I think I've never been part of a team that's played against Newcastle or been up there to to experience what it's like up there, and they're an ambitious club and they're outward with that as well. I think the owner's talking about within 10 years they want to win a Super League Grand Final, which I think is brilliant. They've actually set themselves a direction. And yeah, it'd be good to have them in there. They've got some good facilities as well. So, it'd be nice to visit up there, and hopefully we can have a drink around the time we play Newcastle. And there's a bit of an away down there for the fans as well.
Definitely. One last thing, your squad for this season, done and dusted, or are you still looking to bring some more in?
We're still looking. There's obviously a lot of factors in play there. There's loans or options, but at the minute we don't know exactly what a loan can look like with the current, not wanting to swap and interact between bubbles of from full time to part time and so on. So there's a bit of difficulty there, but that'll sort of iron itself out. And I would imagine that might only be a problem for a portion of the season. As you said before, everyone's healthy. Cav's doing well. Sean's doing well. So at the minute we've got 24. We'd like 2 to 3 more, I think. But again, the right person, the right sort of deal, the financial side of it and all that. There's a lot that goes into it, and we're definitely looking, and we are actively pursuing a couple. Hopefully in the coming weeks we get some sort of clarity on that. But if not, we'll just sort of sit back and see what comes around, because I think there's a lot of twists and turns yet, and not having dual reg at the disposal of the Super League clubs where they can get their games played. I think there's going to be a lot of loan movements when it does open up to where that can happen, and they can still be part of the parent club as well. So yeah, there's no rush, I don't think. The impatient side of me would like to get it tied up and done, but in reality, I think there's a lot going on in there. So we'll just sit back and see what happens. But we are definitely looking to happen.
No problem, Simon Grix. Thanks for talking to Panthers TV.
No worries, mate. Cheers.